Ladies and gentlemen, it is your host here. It is Team Rarai. So, how's everyone doing on this Saturday's edition? I am doing awesome. Now, don't worry, I will discuss my social media accounts when this video is completely over. Now it is time for my quick introduction. I want you guys and girls to sit back, relax, put your feet up, grab some eat, or grab something to drink. Or maybe, just maybe, you want to chill like a villain and hear my thoughts, my opinions on the subject. And of course, the link will be down below, the article will be down below. It'll be strictly an article. So hopefully everyone out there understand what I'm saying. Let's begin with this video. Okay, first thing first, let me talk about WrestleMania. Last time that Indianapolis, Indiana host a WrestleMania was many moons ago. I think it was 1992. The old stadium of the Indianapolis Colts. It's not there anymore, but if you know, you know. Okay, here is some more information about WrestleMania going back to Indianapolis, Indiana. The WWE fans in Indiana may have to wait a few more years. What? For the grandest stage of them all, according to Sean Ross Sapp on Fightful Select Q&A, WrestleMania could return to Indianapolis, Indiana by 2029, the earliest. The report following the partnership with Indiana Sports, I don't know what's this one word, I'm sorry, which will begin with the 2025 Royal Rumble, home of the Colts, Lucas Oil Stadium. Okay. Also, Sapp note that the schedule is already mapped out next year in a few years. WrestleMania 42 will take place again in Las Vegas, Nevada in 2026 this year. That was a very bad mistake because the original idea, everyone knows, it was in New Orleans and they took away the people who live in New Orleans. You know, I mean, it's not a bad idea for them, but for us, it is. But you know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. I'm not complaining. I'm just stating the fact. Okay, while WrestleMania 43 in 2027 is booked for Saturday next year, this marks the first time WrestleMania will be held outside of North America because of the confirmed, etc., okay? Now, instead of going to Saudi Arabia, why not return to Canada? They have not gone there in a very long time, since the Russian aggression era, right? For PLE, I think, or pay-per-view back in the day. If I'm wrong, let me know. Okay? Also, I'm just going to read this little bit at the end of it. You can read the rest of it if you want. As now, WWE has not formalized announcement, I think I said it correctly, probably not, when SummerSlam or WrestleMania will be held in Indianapolis. So it's just right now a rumor. You know, Indianapolis, Indiana. I was there many years ago. Yeah, I'm going off the subject. My dad and I was there, see the debut of the Shield. If you know, you know. Probably I mentioned this on here a while ago. But Indianapolis, Indiana is so nice. It is not, I don't think it's very crazy. Not like Chicago, New York, Los Angeles. They deserve a flippin' WrestleMania. And they better give it to them in the near future. I don't know why I did that with my finger. I'm sorry. And a SummerSlam. They need it. Okay, last time they hosted a SummerSlam, I think, was 2008. And then the headliner of the match was Edge and Taker, Hell in a Cell. And the other one was Batista versus John Cena. First time ever, I think. So we'll see if things gonna pan out, or they might go to another city to host these events. So don't hold your breath. The people who live in Indianapolis, Indiana. I live in Indiana, but not Indianapolis. If you know, you know. Don't need to explain it. So let's get ahead of ourselves. What matches we like to see whenever they return to Indianapolis, Indiana in 2029? We like to see. I don't know what WrestleMania would that be by the time that rolls around. We like to see the return of Money Bank. That'd be nice. I know it'll never happen. It's like a fantasy booking for this company. You know, I like to see some upcoming stars. I think that they're doing it. You know, good thing. You know, if you watched SmackDown last night, they got some good stars on there. I don't know any of them because I don't watch NXT, but hopefully they push them in the right direction. Hopefully, by the time WrestleMania goes back to Indianapolis, Indiana, or they could host a flipping SummerSlam. Okay, so they're overdue one of those events. So that's it. Hopefully the weather will be nice by the time the event kicks off. I don't know. It could be like in March or April for Mania. I noticed that. You ever notice that in the past? They like to flip flop for some reason on a WWE calendar. They've been doing that for years. So that's it. I like these stages back in the day, but now they're getting flipping lazy. We all know that. You know, they're not gonna admit to it. They're getting lazy, but they are. So I don't know if you believe this report from Sean Ross. He's just a flipping reporter from this company or outside looking in. So don't shoot the messenger. You could yell at Sean Ross all you want if it doesn't happen in 2029. Like I said, don't hold your breath if it doesn't happen. Probably another city will outbid it, like probably New Orleans, or go back to Las Vegas again. You never know. Or Saudi Arabia because they have the flipping money. I'm sorry. So we'll see a lot of other stuff. So that's it. Or maybe, I know this is going off the left field. If the Chicago Bears ever get in a brand new stadium, they're gonna host a flipping WrestleMania. I don't know if they're gonna be done with the new stadium by the time 2029 rolls around. They haven't made it official yet, but if you know, you know, because they have not hosted a flipping WrestleMania since WrestleMania 21. They've been so long ago at the Allstate Arena. Okay, they're so overdue, and they will never return at the Allstate Arena because it's not big enough to hold lots of people in America or out of America. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. So, and another thing would be nice off the record if they can host a WrestleMania at Wrigley Field. Okay, it will never happen because Punk says because the Cubs will never give them way in advance of the schedule. So the only time that will happen if they have a baseball lockout, and I think they might have a baseball lockout next year. We'll see. You know, you can't believe these rumors until it actually is official. Sorry about all the rambling at the end. Now follow me Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok. All my social accounts will be down below for sure. Now, if you want to be a part of my show, that'd be delightful. If not, have a good one, and thank you very much for watching my classic videos and my current ones. This is Team Rai saying peace out.